Now that you know how the Muse design process works, moving from plan, design, preview, and publish, let's get started building a brand new site. Here are some important setup tips that I like to note when I'm creating a new site. So let's click New. So we have a brand new site. Then we're presented with a dialog box here with some options. First of all, we have a drop down to select between fluid width and fixed width websites. This relates to the way that your website responds to different browser sizes and different devices. In a nutshell, fluid width means that things shrink and are fluid at all sizes. The site's going to adapt for every different browser size. Fixed width means that you're going to build the site in a couple of different fixed sizes, and the browser's going to load whatever size fits best. Personally, I find fixed width to be a little bit easier to use, but you can explore our responsive design training on MuseThemes.com for a better breakdown of these two systems. Next up, we have our page width. Just leave that at default. There's no need to change that. We have the number of columns we want to use on our site. Again, these are just design aids. They're not really going to factor into the website itself. So let's just go up to 3 columns so that we keep things nicely aligned. We have a gutter, and if you're coming from a print background, you'll know that that's basically the amount of space between each column. Next up, we have some advanced options, and let's open up that drop down. We have a minimum height for our website. Just leave that as is. 500 is fine. We have some margins and padding, which again, you probably won't need to adjust. Next, we have the resolution. This is an important one. Right now it's set to standard, but new Mac devices have what's called Retina displays or high resolution displays. If we change this resolution to high DPI, what it's going to do is generate a couple different versions of the assets on the site and make sure that if a high Retina display visits the site, it's going to load the better assets. So when I click that, it gives us a warning and says that the high DPI images are going to increase load time. That's fine. Let's click high DPI. Next up, we have language, English, and then we have something called a sticky footer. What the sticky footer is going to do is it's going to force the footer to be visible at the bottom of the browser, even if the content is shorter than the height of the browser window. By default, it's on, so let's just leave it on. Then we can click OK. Once we're through that dialog, we can begin adding our pages and creating the structure for the site. Once we're happy with our pages, we can double-click into any page and jump into the design view for that page.